Alright, so today I have something exciting. I've got two items. One is the brand new Fox from WBP. It looks a little different from this image. This is how it shipped into the country from Poland. It takes single stack magazines and has a thumb hole stock. And the Bayonet Lug is not milled and has a non-threaded barrel. So this is sort of how it comes in. But and then I have a WBP Picatinny gas tube. I saw these and I thought it was really cool. I'm going to put a flashlight on the side, like a hang-off mount. So I'll open these two items and I'll show you what's inside of them. So I'll start with the gas tube. Opening it up, we have kind of your basic instructions and specifications. It tells you what's in here. Really cool pictures. That should be helpful for installation. And then it has this just in a basic cardboard box. So here's the Picatinny gas tube. So this will replace the just regular gas tube that's in there, and then that way I can put a flashlight mount onto the side, so when I'm holding my AK I can click with my thumb. I'm a big fan of having a flashlight on a gun. These are made in the same factory that these guns are. You can see it says made in Poland. Well, there you go, it says made in Poland and it has generation 2 right there, WBP. Sorry if it's blurry. Let's see if it'll focus. Probably not. For some reason my phone's not. But anyways, that's what it says. There's no ports on here, so that's pretty interesting. I'll set this aside. Now opening up the main package here. Okay, starting off you have several dozen really cool hat patches. I like these. I'll probably put this on some kind of hat. You have a blue Atlantic Firearms, the AK, green. This one's particularly cool. There's a little teddy bear with a Kalashnikov behind it. That's kind of cool. Has a basic owner's information on AKMs and 74s. So that's pretty interesting. Has a little user guide. Has a bunch of, in the bag it also had like about a dozen stickers. Like there's probably 12 stickers in there. One of particular import is the WBP, because I'm a huge fan of WBP, Woodwarnia Brony Propinski. I've been excited about getting these guns for quite a while. Ever since I heard about them, I got the Lynx and now I have the Fox, so we'll kind of round off the collection there. But here's the checklist, or here's the WBP's sort of basic information on the Fox. That's pretty cool. I'll read through that. And I think this is a quality check that they do in the factory, because it has Polish writing, whatever the Polish language is. If it's not called Polish, I don't know. But it has a bunch of checklists and the signature of whoever did the quality control. So that's pretty cool. You can tell it's a good quality firearm if it has that, or at least that they took the time to check everything. It comes with one of these ubiquitous sort of translucent green magazines. Says WBP, Woodwarnia Brony Propinski. Has a metal base, metal follower, steel, and then a polymer frame. No steel on the locking tabs or this groove here. Now, I think that's fine. A lot of people say go metal or go home on the locking tabs, but I've seen some studies that they actually, depending on the polymer, you don't want metal on these tabs, because the polymer can flex and bend and avoid cracking during firing, and if you have metal studs or some kind of reinforcement in here, depending on what the polymer is made out of or how flexible or supple it is, it can crack just because the metal inserts are in there while you're firing. So I have no problem with these polymer mags. I've never fired a gun with them just because my 2 Polish guns that came with these are so new. So I'll test these out and see how they do. I'm sure they do fine. I'm sure they're comparable to P mags or whatever. Yeah, I'm still a big fan of steel surplus. So that's most of my AK mags, anyways. But anyways, moving on. Bunch of plastic. This also, I think Atlantic Firearms put about a dozen blocks of foam in the box, so that was really nice of them. Just that kind of slightly dense gray foam. And here's the gun. I'll try and move the box out of the way here. The Fox box. Oh, and it came with a little chamber flag. So here's the gun. First of all, fit and finish is excellent. Has a paint finish. I've had Arsenals in the past, and the finish is very similar, although it's a little less rough because this isn't parkerized underneath the paint, so it's just a paint on, steel. It has a 74 style furniture set, sort of the tactical polymer from Atlantic Firearms, US made. Has a stainless steel heat shield in there. Plum, I think the purple looks really cool. Because at this point it's basically about aesthetics as far as the color. I don't, this could be pink for all I care. Has the so like I said, the muzzle comes in unthreaded, so they thread it and put just a sugar scoop on there. The Bayonet Lug, I know Robski did a review of this for he did his first 500 rounds, and he said that the lug was welded on, but it's not. It comes in as a block on the bottom of your gas port, and then they mill it at Atlantic Firearms Manufacturing. So it's not welded on there, in case anybody was curious and they heard him say that. Robski's a really cool dude, and I live in the state right next to his. I live in Indiana, so we're kind of neighbors, but I'm really excited to hear what he has to say about these. Bulk carriers in the white. You have your basic controls. Now this has 3 selector settings. Has automatic, semi-auto, and then safe, obviously, which is really cool because this is this is original Polish receiver. Nice welding on the rails. Let's see here if I can't do that. I'm gonna set the phone down. Sorry, I had to cock it. So one thing with these Polish guns, they have the barrel style rear trunnion, so you have to kind of modify your butt stocks. A barrel rail can fit on here and mount onto the back of your rear sight block. I've seen them; they're really cool. They work really well. But the action is extremely smooth. It's the smoothest AK action I've ever used, I've ever pulled. And I know a lot of people say that, but like once you do it, you realize, oh yeah, it is. I've actually, like the Arsenal I had was really kind of tough to pull back and forth. It wasn't very smooth, but this one is very smooth. I think this has a Century Rack 1 trigger, which is a good trigger. But I have a ALG trigger for AKs. I'll probably pop that in here. And I have a DDI pin retaining plate, like the instead of it being a spring, or like a paper clip that holds your retainer pins in. On the inside there of where these are, it's like a little piece. Actually, hang on a sec. Got them right here. This thing. So this will go inside there and hold and retain the pins there and there, and also the safety selector. And here's the Akt Alg Trigger. I got this for a really good deal. I don't remember how much it cost, but mag fitment, at least on the Polish gun. I literally just got this home, so great. A little bit of wobble, but it's not like noisy. So I'll be posting another video pretty soon once I have this added on there. I think that'll be a really cool looking rifle. One thing to show you is a Polish eagle right there. Hopefully my phone, can zoom in, or you can see it. That's really cool. It's you don't think little things like that really mean anything, but like once you see that on a gun, you go, wow, that's kind of an interesting thing. It says made in, it says Poland right there. Has a rail for mounting optics over the top. So yeah, it's a really good looking gun. The buttstock has a trap door, just like a regular AK. It's just a good old AK. So I'll post another video pretty soon once I get this WBP railed gas tube on there. You can kind of see what that'll look like. Pretty cool, pretty exciting. For the collectors, all numbers are matching on these. Anything that was made in Poland that wasn't replaced for 922R compliance, everything is numbers matching, so it's all serialized to this gun. I think this one is 1065 in the serial number series. I'm not going to read what the serial number is, but I think that's what the number is. So, as far as its position in the serial numbers, which was cool because I actually got my the Lynx pistol was number 245, so I got a very early Lynx and at a pretty early Fox, so that's pretty cool. I don't foresee any kind of problems with early production for these guns, just because the Poles make excellent weapons. So yeah, the rear sight, the numbers are in the white. It's just a standard leaf sight. Yeah, I'll do a more in-depth review, kind of what you get with this at a later date. But for now, I just wanted to put this out here real quick in case anybody was looking at these. Yeah, the fit and finish is very similar to an Arsenal. If you have an Arsenal SLR 107, I had an SLR 106 shooting 5.56, and it's very similar look. Although that had a 74 style break on the end of it, but this looks almost like that, almost exactly like that, except this doesn't have this sort of rough park over paint or paint over park finish. This is just a nice smooth paint. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Again, I'll post a video showing this off because I'm very excited about that. I think this is probably the most efficient way of adding a rail on there. I've had the Ultimac rails on some of my AKs, and I'm not a fan of wrapping a band around your barrel and bolting it on, because if I need to, for whatever reason, pull this off in an emergency, if I ever, for whatever reason, I'm using this and or if I'm in a class or something, I need to pull my gas tube off, I want to just be able to yank it off like a normal gas tube. So this is really a slick way to do it. Oh, there you go, you can see it. So this is made in Poland, WBP G2. So this is it's got the steel inserts that hold it onto the barrel. Very pleased with the fit and finish of everything. So yeah, leave a comment, and thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an excellent night, and yeah, bye bye.